If you were conscious in the early 2000s, you probably remember some less than stellar vehicles. But if you're like me, maybe you've grown to appreciate some of them. For example, the Chevy SSR. It's not pretty, it's not the proper successor to the El Camino, but there's just something about it. Maybe it's the 400 horsepower 6-liter V8. Maybe it's the optional 6-speed manual transmission. Or maybe it's the fact that it's a hardtop convertible. Whatever it may be, there is potential for redemption. And sure, it's not the muscle truck that we wanted, but all these years later, I gotta say it's grown on me. Next, I want to address the GMT 800 platform of SUVs. Now, don't get it twisted, I've always loved these, but as an adult, I've come to realize that this generation of Tahoe, Suburban, Yukon, Escalade, they are the absolute peak of normal family haulers. Of course, there is the Ford Excursion, but most normal people were not and still are not buying that. Back on track, these units from GM were primarily powered by the legendary 5.3-liter Vortec V8. They had optional four-wheel drive, the seats were like couches, and the buttons and the knobs, they all pushed and they all spun. And all these years later, despite all the abuse that these cars have endured, they're still hauling families across America. Finally, I want to talk about the 4th-gen Lexus ES. Now, here's a car that I despised as a kid for the exact reasons that as an adult, I've grown to love it. It's for ballers on a budget. The ES is quite literally an up-badged Toyota Camry. As the driver, you get to feign luxury while retaining absurd reliability. The logo suggests wealth, but you're just a regular guy in a regular car that happens to have heated leather seats. Isn't that cool?